The old car rumbled along the dark road, headlights slicing through the night. I gripped the wheel, tense. Arthur sat beside me, silent, staring at the endless fields. We'd been driving for hours. The towns were long gone, only the road and the darkness remained. The car felt tiny in the vast empty landscape. I glanced at the fuel gauge, plenty left. But something else gnawed at me. Arthur shifted, breath fogging the window. "Not much further now, eh, Bernard?" "No, not long now," I lied, forcing cheer I didn't feel. The engine's hum was the only sound. No crickets, no wind, just silence pressing in. I'd driven this road before, but tonight it felt alien, as if the darkness warped everything. I kept my eyes on the headlight's narrow beam, our only shield. Arthur cleared his throat. "Bit quiet tonight, isn't it?" The silence was unnatural, heavy, as if the world outside had stopped breathing. I wanted to reassure him, but I couldn't. I felt it too, a cold dread creeping in, the kind of fear you feel when you know you're not alone, and that whatever is with you means you harm. The road stretched on, endless. The trees loomed, tall and watchful. I tried to hum, but the sound died. The darkness pressed closer. I gripped the wheel tighter. We drove on, deeper into the night. The silence thickened, a dull pressure in my ears. It felt like we were driving at the bottom of a black ocean. Even the stars had vanished. I fiddled with the radio. Static, then nothing. Arthur sat motionless, pale in the dashboard glow, eyes wide. My heart hammered in the suffocating quiet. Every shadow seemed to move, every tree a lurking figure. I told myself it was just the late hour, but the fear wouldn't leave. "Did you see that?" Arthur whispered. I jumped. "See what?" "Something by the side of the road, just for a second." I peered out, nothing but skeletal trees. "Just shadows," I said, but neither of us believed it. The car felt colder, a chill that clung to my skin. I turned up the heater, but the cold stayed. The silence pressed in, as if it was listening. The engine chugged on, a lonely heartbeat in the dead night. We drove on, deeper into the watchful quiet. My eyes kept flicking to the rear-view mirror. The road behind was as empty as the one ahead, but I couldn't stop checking. Then, a flicker of movement in the mirror, gone in a blink. My heart skipped. I stared harder. Nothing. "What is it, Bernard?" Arthur asked. "Nothing. Just a trick of the light," I lied, hands sweating. But I'd seen a figure, tall and thin, standing far behind us. Impossible. We hadn't passed anyone for miles. I tried to focus on the road, but the image burned in my mind. The feeling of being watched grew stronger, a cold prickling on my neck. I pressed the accelerator. The car groaned, but I needed distance. Arthur watched me, worry etched on his face. "You all right, old chap? You look like you've seen a ghost." "Just tired," I muttered, but fear thickened the air. The silence was no longer empty, it was waiting. I gripped the wheel, eyes darting between the road and the mirror. The darkness outside felt alive, and I had the awful feeling we'd invited something in. The car sped on, but the dread stayed. We were not alone. I glanced in the mirror and froze. The figure was in the car, in the back seat. A dark silhouette, tall and thin, motionless. My mind refused to accept it. The doors were locked. We hadn't stopped. I was paralyzed, breathless with terror. Arthur hadn't seen it yet, still staring out the window. I didn't dare move or speak. The shape resolved, long limbs, a featureless face. It just sat there, watching us. The silence roared in my ears. My foot trembled on the accelerator. The car sped up, but there was no escape. The thing was with us, inside. I wanted to warn Arthur, but the words stuck in my throat. Slowly Arthur turned, meeting my eyes in the mirror. He saw my fear, then looked over his shoulder. His face changed, confusion, then horror. The colour drained from his cheeks. He turned back to me, eyes wide, and then he smiled, unnaturally wide. "Don't worry, Bernard," he said, voice flat and calm. "He's with me." The darkness closed in.